Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is once again a brand new week here in the world of Call of Duty, and also just everywhere else as well. And of course, that means we got some new updates coming to Warzone here in the next few days. It's actually our second to last update of the first part of season 4. You got all that? So we've got that to break down. We also saw some secret weapon changes actually go live over the weekend, and you'll be surprised to hear this, but we've got even more MW2 leaks to go over. So as we break everything down today, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. It does really help the channel grow. And if you're new here, or if you have not already subscribed, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in COD. So feel free to hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications. So just like last week, when it comes to this week, I'm not expecting anything major to end up dropping with an update here. So like no actual title update download, unless of course there's like some emergency fix that needs to go live, or we see something random pop up like that. But I'm assuming that this week is probably just going to be like another standard routine weekly update. We have this week's update going live on the 14th. Then we also have one other update going live on the 21st. And then after that, the next update is going to be Season 4 Reloaded, likely on the 26th and the 27th, between Vanguard and Warzone as well. So I anticipate that being the next major title update that actually requires a download, whereas this week's update should be relatively simple and pretty basic. You'll just get the whole update requires restart screen, and then you should be good to go. Of course, if anything changes there and there for whatever reason is a major update, you guys already know I'm going to be covering anything that potentially surfaces. But as far as this week's update as we know it now, like I said, I'll be going live on July 14th. The core component here is going to be that playlist update. So starting on this Thursday, we're going to see standard battle royales, solos, duos, trios, and quads on Caldera. So of course, just the standard stuff there, no extra rules. It's just basic BR gameplay for all squad sizes. We also have the return of Clash 50 versus 50 taking place all across Caldera. Of course, this past weekend going on right now still, we have Clash specifically in Storage Town, obviously to feature the brand new POI on the map, but come Thursday, we'll be able to play Clash 50 versus 50 on various parts, whether it's in Capital, maybe we'll have one up near Peak, probably one in Arsenal, maybe back in Storage Town as well, but there will be a bit more variety to that if you're a fan of that more casual mode in Clash. Then jumping over onto Fortune's Keep, here yet again we have the continuation of Resurgence, solos, duos, trios, and quads. So once again, we do have all squad sizes available for Fortune's Keep. Keep in mind, pun intended, that this is going to be going back to standard Resurgence, at least as of right now. Again, pending any surprises that could change. But of course, over the weekend, we saw Resurgence Extreme, which is 60 players. Personally, the chaos was very fun for me, but you guys know I love modes that are just super chaotic and hectic. Of course, some players like the more standard feel of 40 players where it's not just constant action, they have some room to breathe. But yeah, we got standard Resurgence there. Then finally for Rebirth Island, this week we once again just have Resurgence quads. However, that'll be changing on the 21st with the next playlist update. So if you're looking for more squad sizes on Rebirth, you'll have that coming here in just a couple of weeks. But pretty standard for this week's playlist update. Again, of course, pending any big surprises. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, we actually got some stealth weapon changes, or some secret weapon changes in Warzone, courtesy of last Thursday's update on July 7th. Of course, during our update coverage video, we talked about these patch notes where they said they ended up nerfing the NZ41's recoil recovery by 20%. Then also the Clouser 40 round mags on it, the recoil penalty was increased to -10%. And alongside that, the Blixen also saw a lower torso damage multiplier decrease as well. However, it appears those were not the only weapon changes made, and those patch notes weren't actually fully correct, at least according to sim.gg. We've obviously talked about this site previously on the channel. They data mine all the stats from the game, so what they see is exactly how it is in the files. And because of that, they're able to see when certain values and certain things are changed that are not mentioned in any update notes. So they ended up tweeting out saying, today's update is not what it seems. Some things to note. The NZ41 recoil recovery was reduced by 2.78% and not 20% like they said in the patch notes. So that NZ recoil recovery really is not going to feel any different than pre-nerf, quote unquote, because it wasn't really nerfed. Also, recoil recovery is not a major factor in most weapons, especially the NZ. So nerfing, even if the nerf was corrected 20%, nerfing 20% of nothing is still nothing. Obviously the NZ needs a lot more kick. Just in general, the recoil is way too easy, and it probably needs a damage drop off over range to really feel like a balanced meta weapon. If they were to do that, it'd still be a top choice in my opinion, but not the overbearing #1 choice. But yeah, the NZ wasn't really nerfed at all. On top of that though, the UGM-8 Burst Barrel recoil was actually increased, so that was not mentioned at all in the patch notes. So if you're using the UGM-8 right now and you notice that on the Burst Barrel it doesn't feel like it did before, that would be why, because the recoil on the Burst Barrel specifically was actually changed to be a little bit worse. Then also, while the H4 Blixen did see that minor nerf to the lower torso multiplier like we saw in the patch notes, on the 36 round mag, the lower torso multiplier was adjusted as a nerf as well. So there were some slight additional changes that weren't mentioned. I imagine that maybe sometime later this week we'll see some more patch notes go live, ideally with a nerf to the NZ41, and they might mention these patch notes, because it seems like sometimes when we get these stealth changes, then in the next patch note update those stealth changes appear and they say, oh, this also slipped under the radar with the last update, this change is now live. We've seen that before, so wouldn't be surprised if that ends up happening. And then lastly, to close things out for today, we do have a few more new MW2 leaks. Of course, we've been covering so much MW2 content, and spoiler alert, there is more to come later on this week. But recently, with all the data mining that Reality UK has been doing over on Twitter through Warzone Mobile, we've actually discovered a few new kill streaks that appear to be coming in MW2. Keep in mind, as always with leaks, these are subject to change, so these streaks could be adjusted, their names could be changed, they could be removed from the game entirely. But as of right now, there are a few new kill streaks that were mentioned in the files. Keep in mind, kill streaks, not score streaks, not point streaks. It does seem like it'll be similar to MW 2019. There was something called the cluster spike kill streak, which apparently sort of looks like an IED from like Ghosts, where it has the little 4 different remote bombs that you can actually have in it, and those will go off if somebody runs near it. So that apparently is going to be a thing. There's going to be a thermobaric strike streak, which is like a vacuum bomb streak, obviously, that makes it so like the temperature gets super hot, and that'll take down enemies. I'd imagine in sort of a similar fashion to like a precision airstrike or something like that. Then finally, there was a fuel bomb streak, which based off the picture that leaked, it looked kind of like a Predator missile. Not sure if that'd be something you can control or if you just drop it like a cruise missile or what, but that was also included in the files as well. So yeah, with all that being said, that's effectively everything we know about the new update dropping in Warzone this week, the secret patch notes, and some more MW2 leaks. That's going to wrap things up for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by dropping a like on it. It does really help the channel grow. And if you're new to the channel, or if you have not already subscribed, every day I got you covered with the latest news, updates, leaks, loadouts, tips, everything going on in COD. You're going to find it right here. So feel free to subscribe. That way you can always stay up to date. And as always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WHosImmortal for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products, and the links for all those can be found down below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.